The information contained in these podcasts is provided for informational purposes only and should not be construed as legal advice on any subject matter. Probate. Probate is a court-supervised legal process through which the assets of a deceased person are identified and distributed to the heirs or beneficiaries under a will, or if there is no will, pursuant to Florida probate law. A will typically appoints a personal representative to administer the estate. If the deceased left no will and there are assets to be probated, the estate of the deceased must be distributed pursuant to probate law. Generally, the deceased assets are identified and gathered, and they are first used to pay the cost of probate proceedings, then to pay the deceased debts, and the remainder is distributed to the deceased beneficiaries. There are two types of probate proceedings in Florida. A formal administration is filed when there are assets exceeding $75,000 and or when it is necessary to appoint a representative to administer the estate. A summary administration is filed when the value of the entire estate subject to probate administration does not exceed $75,000 and the appointment of a personal representative is not necessary. There are also non-court supervised administration proceedings called disposition of personal property without administration. This type of probate administration applies only to limited circumstances and may be filed via informal petition to request release of the deceased assets to reimburse the person who paid the final expenses such as funeral costs, medical bills, etc. Probate proceedings may be lengthy and very expensive. The duration of legal proceedings depends on many factors, but it takes from a few months up to a few years to administer one's estate. During this time, the deceased assets remain locked in the court proceedings and unavailable to heirs and or beneficiaries. The typical cost of probate proceedings may be as high as several % of the estate's value. Moreover, probate proceedings are public record, which means there is no privacy assured when your estate goes through probate. Therefore, it is important to plan ahead in order to avoid probate whenever possible. Attorney Piasecka has more than 20 years of combined legal experience from Poland and the United States and can assist you with your estate planning needs in Florida. For a free telephonic consultation, please call 727-538-4171. That's 727-538-4171. Non-attorney spokesperson.